right, it is that time. Welcome to another photo booth live stream. We're talking about success today. How to successfully run how to run a successful photo booth business. That's a little tongue twister. So there's like two ways you can really run this business. You can run it as a hustle, right? Weekend warrior, where you have your 9 to 5 and you want to make some extra money. But one thing a lot of people don't realize is like the photo booth business can be a completely full-time thing, and you can have success either way. If you want a little side hustle, then you can do that. If you want it to be a full-time job, you can do that. Sam, what's up, Sam? Photo booth peeps in the house. We got AK, what's up? Steven, get a Luma Booth hat. I should. Monica, what's up, Monica? Short War, what's up, Short War? Hi, brother. Love, big heart from Italy. Good to see you. Miss Mendez from Atlanta, good to see you. Okay. I want to give you guys every little tidbit of advice on what allowed us to literally live the life that we want to live. And like, I don't say this to brag. You guys know me. Anyone knows me in real life, you guys know that I never flex money. I never flex anything. I really don't. I don't even wear nice clothes, to be honest with you. This was a hat that was given to us by Canva, and this is like a shirt that's $10. But like, the photo booth business made us millionaires. And I want to give you guys the secret sauce that allowed us to really hit that threshold. And I think most photo booth owners, there's about 50 to 60,000 is usually the amount of money that most photo booth owners make, where they're kind of just stuck doing events constantly, making around 60,000. It's really hard to break that threshold. And I want to give you guys the sauce on how to do that. Every little thing that I have in my head, I'm going to give it here. No gatekeeping, no secrets. So let's go. All right. The first thing is you have to understand, with this business, the more you can remove your time out of your business to allow you to use your time to make more money, the better off you're going to be. So, Short War, cap is okay. So look. Most photo booth owners do events where they're doing everything. I'm here to tell you, stop doing everything. If the photo booth template, right, you know, the design, if that is taking you 30 minutes to 45 minutes, stop doing it. Hire someone else to do it. There's a website called Fiverr.com, right? Fiverr or Fiverr. You can pay someone in the Philippines, someone in India, right? Where $5 here is more there, and it's actually more worth their time to do it. I'm telling you guys to stop doing it. If I didn't have my wife, I would never make a template. She can do it really efficiently, and she's about 5 minutes of her time, maybe 10. But like, if you guys are spending a lot of your time on templates, stop doing that. Because look, if it's taking 45 minutes to make a template, you can, with that time, you can make a connection with the venue, a wedding planner. Maybe you can become friends with a stranger that also owns a photo booth company in your area. And that relationship can pay you thousands of dollars every single year. And that's another thing that is like, I see a lot of people that are stuck at that threshold, is like, they're doing things for their business that's not bringing in extra money. Like little things like changing their logos and like this small stuff. Like the goal needs to be get more leads. And I hate to sound like a broken record here, but like nothing you guys have in your business is important if you have 0 leads. Leads convert into customers, customers equal money, and money is what we're gauging the success of our business. So leads. And we're talking about saving time here and running an efficient. We got 26 people in the chat. Man, we just started too. So shout out to everybody here. You guys let me know where you're watching from. We got Elisa Joy, Nashville, Tennessee. Leave it. I meant to say love it. Give me liberty. What are you hustling? I don't know what you're talking about. Hustling today? Free game, free knowledge. We got David from Israel. Love that. Short War, yes, I watch your wife's videos. She's making templates. It's good help for us as new starters. And look. This is going to sound crazy, but stop focusing on marketing for things that are not bringing in results. I'm not saying try something once for 2 days and then give up on it. Just try everything. Focus your time and energy on what's working. Whoever's telling people to like get better at your weak points does not understand the value of time. So if you're spending a ton of money on Google Ads and it's bringing in basically no jobs, but you're getting all of your jobs from Facebook and Instagram, stop Google and focus more on what's working. Double down, triple down, quadruple down. So this next piece of advice here, this is huge, you guys. Never turn down a job. I don't care if you're getting married and you have a lead for the day you're getting married. Never say, I don't, sorry. These words, if these words come out of your mouth, I can almost guarantee you're not gonna find the success that you may think you want. If you ever said this or plan on saying this, it's the biggest L. The words are, we are fully booked. I'm not available. Wrong. Never do that. So what you do is, if you're not available, or if you don't want to do it, if you have other engagements, or if you're fully booked, it's called white labeling. You can find another photo booth company to work the event for you under your company name. So instead of saying, hey, I can't help you, what you say is, yeah, we're available. Okay, here's the details. This is the day, this is the time, this is the location, this is what you want. As soon as they're ready to book, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I will take a deposit and do all of the steps even before I know I have someone to work it for me, because we have such a big network at Photo Booth 101. It's almost impossible for me not to find someone to give that job to and work it for us. So you just have someone else, they work the event for you, you can make a commission. And here's the beautiful thing about this, you guys. White labeling basically means two people are working together. One person gets the job, they get the lead, they hire this company to do everything. They show up, they provide the service, everything. You're in charge of collecting money, getting contracts done. If you want to make the template, you can, or you can pass it off here. But this person doing the work is not promoting their business. They're not at the event handing out their business cards. They represent you. And I know this channel is Hustle with Drew, and a lot of you guys think that we're just here hustling, but like, if I can change my name for this YouTube account, I would. It would be called Business with Drew. Because when you're hustling, you don't care about white labeling. You would rather make more money up front than to keep the job and keep the clients, because a business owner, they're not worried about getting paid today or even this week. We want to make money long-term, because that is where it compounds and that's where your efforts really pay off, is long-term. So I can look back 10 years ago at events that I've done, and I can literally see the tree of jobs that came from that one event. When you're hustling, you don't ever get to see that because you're not thinking long-term. So you can hand the job off to someone. How much to make? Okay, this is a question I get. Hey, how much should I be collecting from the person doing my events, the white labeling, the other company? It's up to you. Check me out, look. I have a guy that we work with. He charges so low to where I make just as much money as this guy is making, just because I'm charging more. And he's charging about $350 for like 3 hours with prints. So we're charging about $700 for that. And I'm making the same amount. And look, before you guys tell me, oh, that's not right, this or that, how is that wrong for anything? The guy is literally telling me his price. I am paying him his price. He's doing the work. He doesn't have to worry about the leads. He doesn't have to talk to the customers. I am giving him the easiest job at his rate. So will you always be able to find a person like that? No, this is like a luck. Luckily, you know, the guy is really reliable too, because be careful if you're finding someone that's usually priced down here, the work and the quality is probably going to suck. So you really have to make sure you're like stalking the Instagram account, the Facebook, the website, and make sure they've done events, you see the quality, and that's really, really important. And I have some people that we white label with, right, where they do my events for me, where I make $0. And I'm okay with that. If my first guy that's very inexpensive is booked, we just work the way up to the more expensive, more expensive, more expensive. And there's times where I'm literally making $0. But that's short term. I've done plenty of events where I've given the job to another photo booth company. They represent us. And, you know, after that event, we get 2 calls, 2 bookings out of that. And then those 2 bookings, we get 3 bookings. You get what I'm saying? So like, It's not always about getting paid right away, but the white labeling is something you guys should always do. Never say no. Never say no. Eric, what's up, Eric? You do the same day. You do the same time every day, or what days? Honestly, I go live when I'm free and I go live when I feel like it. I don't really have a schedule. And honestly, like one thing I'm not a big fan of like being a content creator is like some people kind of want you to go consistent, but like I love my freedom and I'm not willing to trade that for anything. And that's why we don't have schedules. I go live when I feel like it, you know? And that's like the best thing of being an entrepreneur is you don't have to stick to a schedule. You don't have to clock in at work for a 9 to 5. You don't have to hit that traffic and like, yeah. So to me, if I had to like actually clock in to make the content, the price, I would have to be getting paid such a sick amount to where I'm like, it's worth it. But like tomorrow, I'm gonna be honest, tomorrow I plan on sleeping in until like 11 a.m. So yeah, that's the benefit. But as far as the content goes, if you do want to see these lives live, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way, if we do go live, it'll go straight to your phone. Good to see you, Eric. Short War, good to see you. 700 or 1,000 is your value. Everyone can't ignore it. Okay. Reed in Ohio, love the content. Appreciate you, my friend. Eric, so we started our company about 3 months ago, having trouble getting bookings, spent tons of money on ads, but not getting many bites. Any advice? Love your channel. Appreciate you, Eric. So look, the definition of insanity is to keep trying something and expect different results, right? That's what you can classify as insane. So let's not be insane. And if you're trying something and you're not seeing results, this is what business owners have to do. You adjust. Maybe look at your ads. Maybe you hire, maybe you contact another photo booth owner that's running ads on the same platform. Try and see like, hey, like, can I get some help here? Or make some friends. If you can't make any friends that can help you, then I'd highly recommend hiring a professional, right? There's plenty of companies that specialize in ads. And if you make adjustments and you still don't see results, stop. Stop. Find another way of marketing. And look, Eric, so if you guys want the best type of customers and you want the easiest customer and the customer that is willing to pay you your rates and not even question it, it's not going to be through ads. It's going to be through networking. And I know it's not fun to talk about. We would rather spend some money and get Instagram ads, Facebook ads, or whatever. But the best client to get is through a relationship you have with a venue, wedding planner, event coordinator, or another photo booth company. They're not lowballing you. And look, if you're running ads on Facebook and Instagram, you have to remember the process of them finding your company is not convenient. Literally, Facebook and Instagram ads, that is the equivalent of having someone just show up to your door and promoting something door to door. It's kind of annoying. No one ever wants anyone to show up to their house and say, hey, interested in a photo booth. It's annoying. So just keep that in mind that like your Facebook and Instagram ads, you have to show value right away if you're gonna be kind of inconvenient to them. So I don't know, Eric, how are you running ads exactly where? But just remember with that, you guys, like Instagram and Facebook ads are very, very inexpensive, but it's just because they're not very hot leads. They're just scrolling through social media and then they see it. Google, on the other hand, very hot leads, super hot, because they're actively on Google typing photo booth rental services, San Fernando Valley. So you're gonna have a lot less pushback and a lot less customers trying to nickel and dime you. And also, you know, on Google, they're ready to book. So you may be getting leads a year in advance or 2 years in advance on Facebook and Instagram versus Google. It's typically gonna be within 3 to 4 months, usually. Lisa, hey Drew, I just booked an appointment with you this week. You're giving so much gems and us. I appreciate it. Love it, love it. Lisa, what do you need the appointment for? What are you looking to get? Joy, planning to gift a young couple photo booth. They have zero budget. I'm just starting the biz. It's a win-win. W in the chat. Miss Joy sending love. Miss Joy pushing joy to other people. That's my favorite thing in the world. And you know what too? Like that word free, the word free event, right? The terms free event, it's kind of not, We shouldn't even be calling them free events. You can do a free event and have that generate you, in a year, $5,000 if you do it correctly. I'm telling you, you just have to pick the right free event. And that's another thing. The perfect on cue here. Thanks for that alley-oop here. Another thing that really, really helped us make the ton of money that we did, allowed my wife to quit her 9 to 5 so we can do this full time, is we were hyper focused on free events, but only for the right person. For schools, I still do free events, you guys. So if there's a school, maybe, and look, and it's not the easiest to get in contact with a school. There's a lot of people you got to go by. So we offer for free. Hey, Drew here, Drew from Drew's Photo Booth. We would love to offer the school a free photo booth. It can be for any type of event you guys have in the next few weeks, just so we can have a conversation of how we can provide photo booth services for all of your events and make it one to remember. Does this sound fair? Yeah, absolutely. We're actually next week, there's homecoming. Perfect. I'll do it for free. Expect zero. Worst case scenario, hey, we were there, we gave it a shot. Didn't pan out. Best case scenario, you get a high school that books you for every single one of their events. Homecoming, prom, varsity baseball games, football games, basketball games, ASB, graduation. That one free event can literally be 10 guaranteed bookings every single year. And the beautiful things about these bookings is it's during the week, mostly. So that brings me to the next point. Not just free events, hyper focusing on getting booked Monday through Friday, even Sunday. Any day that's not Saturday. You can go from 50 to 60,000 a year and easily push past 100,000 if you're already maxed out. Because again, it all comes back to your time. If you're doing the average photo booth owner type of events, you're gonna find yourself constantly booked on Saturday, overbooked on Saturday, and you can't do more events, and you're gonna find yourself capped. But now if you're saying, well, look, what if I get more of my bookings on Fridays? Now you're taking your business from, 4 events a month to 8. And then if you could focus on getting booked on Sunday, you can then again multiply it like that. So like the weekday events, you guys. Also, let's just talk about this really quick. I'll get to the comments in a second. I think it's not a good idea to offer discounts for weekday events. And let me explain. I actually, whenever a customer is interested and they're like, hey, can you give us a discount for this event? It's on a Tuesday. I will say typically we typically should be charging more for this event because it's during peak traffic hours, meaning we're gonna be spending an extra hour in traffic, but we're just gonna keep it the same for this event. When I say that, most customers are like, oh, that makes complete sense. But photo booth owners, sometimes you're not thinking like that, right? You're just thinking, yeah, I'll give you a discount because this is a job that's gonna allow me to still have my Saturday. It's actually gonna take more of your time. So just remember that, especially if it's like in LA. If it's in LA, let's just say on a Tuesday, the event starts at 6, good luck. You're gonna probably spend 3 times the amount of time in traffic. Okay. Short war at Eric. Try 1 or 2 free events of charge. That's not my idea. Hustle Drew gave me that idea. It's very valuable. Look, man, and this is the biggest piece of advice here, you guys. So this whole live is about like giving you guys value and, giving you the secret sauce that literally allowed my company to go from 50 to 60,000 to literally the next year, 128 grand. Now we're multiple 6 figures. So here is the sauce. This isn't just in the photo business, it's in any business. The more value you give, the more money will come in. Value, 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 value. And the more you can portray this value into words and you match that with hitting certain needs for your customers, the better off you're gonna be. I know that's confusing because there's a lot going on there, but let me break it down to the terms of what we did. So I looked at the photo booth market and I saw every single photo booth company charging per hour. Knowing and being to a lot of parties, I've realized if your package starts off at a 2-hour minimum, most people's parties aren't 2 hours. So this means that people are having parties and the photo booth is not there the whole night. So I was like, what can we do differently? And that's when we started the photo booth all day rental from a 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. 12-hour window. Digital photo booth, by the way, iPad in the stand, and that changed everything. Because now, all of these people trying to compete with me, the value, the perceived value from the customer is way down here. Even if you have a $300 2-hour package and mine comes in at $500 all day, I'm still gonna get the booking. I'm still gonna get the lead. So we added that. Some other tips and tricks. And again, look, you don't have to do all day, but like, you gotta make it valuable for them. And I'm not a big fan of lowering my price. I won't do it. I'm not giving a discount, but I will include extra upgrades for free, because I tell my clients, like, look, asking me to pay less is almost impossible. Asking to pay less is almost impossible because I'm giving you the best price possible. I am at my lowest when it comes to this. However, I will give you backdrop upgrade for free. Cost me nothing, I already own it. Other value is we like to offer, certain things if a customer's on the fence, right? Or maybe if we want a promo and we want people to book, I will give them some free things, but there's always a deadline. The biggest mistake I see photo booth owners make, and again, it's all about time, is allow the customer months to make a decision. We will let, obviously, all of my rental company customers, you can have all the time in the world, but if you want this deal, you want the free backdrop, that expires tomorrow. Also, more value here, to lock in this special deal, it's only $100 retainer. You guys may refer to this as a deposit, but it's, hey, you want a discount? Can't do it, but I will give you X amount of freebies, but you have to book tomorrow. This is when it expires, and then the deposit's only $100. This is another value bomb here too, because if we're talking about how much money to collect from your leads, most people will do 40 to 50%, which I think is a good idea if you're just starting off. But when you get to a point of how much value can I give, having a lower retainer, AKA deposit, is helpful. A lot of people throwing parties, I hate to say this, the photo booth isn't the most important thing. The photo booth is the least important thing at a party. So they're gonna be paying everything else before they have the money to pay you. And a lot of people do live check to check, right? Paid every 2 weeks. And allowing them to hold on to their money longer is valuable. We get a lot of customers saying, like, look, you're more expensive than the other people we were considering, but they wanted $250 retainer and you only asked for $100. So, that's the reason we go through you. And again, next, actually, let me get to some of the comments here. Got a little McDonald's coffee here. So, Lisa, got you. Either renting or purchasing a booth. I really need a printer. Got you. Eric, Drew, do you recommend getting an LLC or getting business insurance? Business insurance, liability insurance is always a good idea, especially if it's only going to cost you $35 a month. Getting an LLC, look, social media is good for a lot of reasons. You get a lot of information, but it's also too, you get a lot of people telling you things, and like, it's just a general thing you see on YouTube and TikTok, right? LLC, get it for your company. You hear it, so you start thinking you need it, and you technically don't always need an LLC. It depends on how much business are you doing, where are you located, what personal assets do you have. Me personally, if I were to just redo my business, this is the only advice I'll give you, I would do it. I would get a DBA as soon as possible. You go to LegalZoom to get that done. That stands for do business as, and it basically is just like a document saying, hey, this is me. I'm running a business with this name. That will allow you to give you an EIN number. You can open a bank account, and it depends. LLC doesn't make sense for everybody. It's $800 a year in California to have an LLC. Also, when you have an LLC, this is the stuff no one tells you. You have to pay estimated taxes quarterly. So if you aren't every quarter, right? Every 4 months? Every 4 months, if you're not giving the IRS money that you estimated in taxes, you get penalized for that. Meaning, this quarter, if you guys made, if you were to owe the government $3,000, you're technically supposed to give them money that's estimated. People don't tell you this. So my advice, start off as a DBA. When business is going well, you're crushing it, then I would then maybe talk to a CPA or an accountant and just say, hey, would this make sense? You may even be ready for a corporation, right? S Corp, C Corp, but talk to a professional. I'm just some random guy on the internet and I don't know your situation or where you're from. It's better if you speak to someone that specializes. We got 31 people in the chat. Let's go. Love it, love it, love it. We're gonna be doing, when we hit 40,000 followers on TikTok, I will be giving away a photo booth. We're giving away a photo booth and we're about 2,000 followers short from hitting that goal. I think I'm gonna go live sometime this week and then see if we can push the audience to get us to those followers. And then on the live, we're gonna randomly pick someone and do that. So that'll be on TikTok. It's Photo Booth 101 on TikTok. Lisa, I started doing a free photo booth a year ago, but you had a problem for a year, but now you're back and ready to go. W in the chat. You can slow us down, but you can't stop us. I love that. Mando, what's up? Armando with 360 Lux here in Florida. Good to see you. Miss Joy, is it feasible to do an all-day rental when you only have one booth? Absolutely. Yeah. 100%. And doing the all-day rental, I'm telling you guys, one thing that I went from one photo booth to 12 in just 8 months, and it's because of the all-day rental. We have an affordable all-day rental, and it's all a la carte. So for $375, that gets you the photo booth. It'll have the iPad, software. You get the template made. We'll include the internet. That's $375. $300 for the rental, $75 for delivery setup. Everything else is extra. The backdrop is extra. Do you want the table with some prop signs, some glasses? That's $75 extra. Do you want the battery pack to make it a wireless setup? $75. So all of these upgrades, 1 to 12, because everybody that was shopping for a photo booth, just think of this. Let's reverse it. Everyone here, if you're shopping to rent a photo booth and you're looking around, right? And you're seeing typically everybody in the market, 3-hour rental starting off at $500. Then you see $300 all-day rental, DM for more info. Which company do you think you're gonna be most excited to message? And which company will you message? My company. Even though it starts off low price, that's when it brings me to my next topic for this live, is being very, very, very heavy on upcharging. That's a big one. We upcharge for everything, and every lead I get, they're interested, they love the price, but I can turn a $375 rental into an $800 or $1,000 rental if I really push the upgrades. So remember, as photo booth owners, we're not just wearing one hat. And most people think that hat is being a photographer, providing photos, because we're photo booth owners. But there's more. You're a graphic design artist if you're making your templates. You're doing logistics when it comes to doing the events, the coordinating from getting there, the timing, all of it. You're a salesman, right? Or saleswoman, whatever. You're closing deals, you're doing all of that. But the most important hat you're wearing, sales. Sales, sales, sales. It's always gonna be the truth. You can have the best prices, you can have the best equipment, you can have the best templates, but it doesn't matter if no one sees your company or if you can convey or show the world what you're offering. So let's keep this going. Let me get some of these questions. Charlie, what's your thoughts on cupping farts and throwing them at the elderly? What? Charlie, don't do that. That's weird. But yeah, so the photo booth business means you have to wear a lot of hats. And I know I just said sales is the most important hats, the hat you're gonna wear. And it's not even the hardest. People think I'm a good salesman, and I'm really not a good salesman. The thing my mentor told me, he goes, look, you just have to show the value. That's it. Let people, your customers aren't dumb. They're gonna notice a good deal when they see one. And another mentor of mine, this guy online, I'm sure you guys have seen him, his name's Alex Ramosi. He says, make your offer, your deal. This is huge here. Whatever you're offering as a business owner, make the deal so good that they feel stupid to say no to it. If you can focus on the deal, everything's easier. Most photo booth owners don't understand the art of showing a good deal, and people will let the people react. Think about it. All day rental, low price. That's the deal. And that's what skyrocketed our business. Look, if you only have one photo booth, get another one then. And maybe that booth is more inexpensive, but that could be the one that you push out to the drop-off. The drop-off changed my life, man. And look, if you're scared of a drop-off, you should be more scared of missing an opportunity, because I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of opportunity for photo booth owners. And most people that are doing drop-offs, I'll take it, I'm okay. They learn from me. I've been talking about the drop-off for like four or 5 years now, online. And the people that are starting to push the drop-off are finding super fast success for their business, because it's not hard to have a good deal and let the people book it. But if you only have one booth, I can kind of understand where you're worried, right? Because like, if you only have one booth, and then let's just say your package, your all-day rental starts off at $400, you're capping yourself off at $400 a day. But the people that see the opportunity, they're buying 6 photo booths. Steven has, I know Steven was here earlier. Steven has found success in the drop-off. Mario has found success in the drop-off. Who else? Lucy. Everyone that is doing it is scaling their business quickly. Yeah. What's up, Fab? Fab M111. Do you handle contracts? Do you send them the file electronically for them to sign? And how much deposit do you ask? Great question. How do you handle contracts? E-sign. You can use DocuSign, but we like to use Honeybook. You can use Honeybook to get them e-signed. You know what we'll do? Is there anybody in the chat right now that wants contracts for their photo booth business? We sell them on our website. I only brought this up because you mentioned it. We sell them for $249. If there's anyone here that wants a really, really, really good deal on those, put the word contract, and what we will do is I will lower the price for you guys down to just $99. You're gonna literally save, what is that? Almost $300, because typically they're $299. So let me know if I get 2 people. If 2 people want them, I'll go ahead on the website and I'll lower that only while I'm live. And then the second part of that question, Fab, how much deposit do you ask? We do $99. That's all. I'm not really worried about the cash flow, right? The only reason why I ask mainly for the money, and this is me, you guys should be worried for the cash flow until you made your money back and you're comfortable. My equipment's been paid off 50x, 100x. So now we just try to make a lower deposit, but I only want that money because it really does weed out the people that are window shopping from those that are serious. Nobody that's not really ready to book is gonna send you a deposit, right? So if you're starting off, I think 50 to 40% is a good idea. That way you can recover your money, and then you can use that money to maybe buy your second photo booth. You can use that retainer money to start running some ads and let your money work for you. So Matt put yes, please. Perfect. That's one person. If one other person wants the contracts, put the word contracts in here. You know what we'll do? We'll go, if we get one more person that wants it, I will ask Google to pick a number from 70 to 100. And whatever number it lands on, that will be the price for the contracts. Let's have some fun here. Laura, how do you keep track of props for drop-off booths? Do you do an add-on extra charge for missing props? Let's talk about it. So for drop-offs, how we keep track is we have bins already with props already decided, but I will take a photo and video right before we leave. So when I come back, I can literally, first of all, I'm really good at remembering, so I can know that I have these props, but then I refer back to the video, and that's how we keep track. Do I charge for extra props missing? I do not, and you shouldn't either. If you guys feel the need to bug a customer for a $5 or a $10 prop, you're not charging enough money for your services. You want to be to a point to where you can take that hit and not lose any sleep over it. All right, so you guys want the contracts. Okay, we got 3 people here. Love it. All right, so let's go to Google. And this is so much fun. I'm gonna ask Google to pick a number from 70 to 100. Okay, let's flip the phone here. I want you guys to see this. 73. Of course, this is of course it's at the low point. Okay, 73. Let me do this really quick for you guys. I was honestly, I wanted it to be higher just so it would be funny, but you guys are getting a good deal here. Okay, we'll go here on the website and let me know what questions you guys have. I'll probably be here for another 15, 20 minutes. So this contract deal will be here for another 15 to 20 minutes. Lisa, but if I purchased a photo booth this week, can I get it fee? I also want to purchase a backdrop. We'll do that. I can do that for you. Yeah, if you order by Friday, anyone here, if you order a photo booth by Friday, I will be honored to send you those for free. So Lisa, if you're planning on doing this, getting the photo booth, just make sure it's by this Friday. And then when you place your order on our website, it'll say comments. You can leave a comment for me and just say, hey, Drew said free contracts when I ordered this booth, but it has to be by Friday. See, what I'm telling you guys with the photo booth rental, I'm doing it right here. Because look, if I'm gonna give you something, I should also be getting something. In business, it's a two-way street. So if Lisa is happy with getting some free contracts, I'll be happy as long as she's ordering this week. And if you're throwing deals to people, you guys, just make sure there's a date that it ends. Last thing you want, or that I want, is for Lisa, maybe next year ordering a booth, hey man, you said it'd be free. Number one, I'm probably not gonna remember that. And number two, my whole business can be structured differently, right? Where that could be an issue. You don't wanna set yourself up for a problem. Yes, I'll purchase it when I meet with you this Wednesday. Love it. W in the chat for Lisa. And we'll do this too. Yeah, that works. Do you do pickups for the backdrops? We do. Only if they're the one, if you're ordering from the designs that we already have pre-made, you can pick them up here. If you're ordering from the catalog, that has to be ordered online just because it has to be made to order. Okay, let's get these contract prices. What was it, 73? Yeah. Cool, 73. Okay, guys. Contracts are necessary. Even if you're doing a free event, I would make the argument that you need a contract even more, because at least if something happens, right, and they don't pay you, right, at least you made some money. Versus if you're doing it for free, if something happens or breaks and they don't, you're out completely. Okay, so it's now live on the website. Let me just show you guys, and we'll get along with this live. If you're wondering, hey, how do I order these contracts? You're gonna go to Photo Booth 101. This light is like the best. You're gonna scroll down to resources, and this will be live for just 20 minutes. I'm gonna literally change the price as soon as I hop off the live. 2 people shaking hands, the $2.99 slashed out. I made it 73 for you. Boom, you can order. You can digitally download them here. There's 2 contracts here, the print and then the all-day digital drop-off, if you wanna use it for the drop-off, and the other 2 are extra. Okay, all right. Perfect, enough of that. So that'll be live for the next 20 minutes. If you guys want it, go get it right now. And for anybody, okay, let's do this. Anyone that orders the contracts right now, after you place the order, after the live, I will email you guys the networking. I'll send you some extra stuff for free. My price list, if you're ever wondering like, hey, how does Drew charge? What does he charge? I'll send you a document that, that'll have my prices on it if you're interested. And then also I'll send you the white label contract, since we're talking about that earlier. We sell that for about 30 or 40 bucks. It's a form that is an agreement between you and the person that works for you. That way there's no assumptions, there's no guessing. It says, hey, you're responsible for this. This is our event. You cannot promote your business, you promote our business. That is a really, really underrated document. Way too many people just kind of blindly trusting somebody they've never done business with. If you're like, let me backtrack here. I don't always have contracts. I don't. There's some people that I know personally that we start working with, or if I've already worked with somebody in the past, I'm not gonna make them sign a document every single time. It can actually be hurtful to the relationship. But if you're finding somebody new that you don't know, have an agreement, for sure. Yeah. All right, more sauce here. What's the secret sauce? What other gems can I give you here? Biggest piece of advice is don't be scared to take a risk And in the photo booth business, the people that are taking a chance, a risk, offering the photo booth drop off, offering the photo booth pickup, these people are being rewarded. And I'm here to just remind you guys, we're not on this earth for a long time. And there will be a point where we're all very, very old and unable to work and hustle. You're not gonna have the energy, you're not gonna have that willpower, but you will look back at your life and be like, look, did I give it my all? Did I take chances? You don't wanna be old and start thinking like, I didn't take any chances, I didn't take any risk. You know, low risk equals low reward. And when I say risk, it's not just completely like dangerous. You can have a calculated risk. And with the photo booth drop off, I'm telling you guys, it is, yes, I get it, it's risky. Your equipment's there and you're not there. But there's things that you can do to protect yourself in the worst case scenario. Look, contracts, always don't assume that they are gonna be like, I'm responsible for it. Have it in writing. Number 2, always document your photo booth before you leave. Get your phone. Look, you don't even need a high-powered camera. Your phone, you get it, you film it. What's the backdrop look like? The prop table. Then when you come back to pick it up, same phone, same angles. Boom, backdrop, prop table. If there's damage in video 1 that is in video 2, then that's not their fault. It was already like that. But if there's damage in video 2 that there wasn't in video 1, then something happened while they had it. So, Lisa, what type of insurance do you have for all of your equipment? Liability insurance. You can go through, it's not mainly for your equipment. We have basically liability insurance for us. So if we're at a venue and let's just say we tape down the cable, when we take up the tape, the carpet gets messed up. That should be covered by our insurance. Or if, let's just say somebody knocks into the backdrop falls and hits somebody and they get hurt, that should be covered in the insurance or getting sued. I don't insure my equipment for damage because my equipment is affordable. If you guys have some ginormous mirror photo booth that you, no offense, some of you guys pay $10,000 plus for a photo booth, then definitely I would be like, yeah, okay. But like, if you're ordering from us, all of the parts are very inexpensive. If you need a ring light, it's like 120 bucks. If you need a faceplate, that is a 75. So why pay insurance monthly with a deductible when you can just outright get the part? Not all companies are like this, but in my company, I make $0 when you guys need parts. $0. What it costs me is what it costs you. But if you're working with a company, let's just say, I don't want to name any names, but there's some companies charging you $10,000 plus for your equipment, then yeah, I definitely, you better assume that it's going to be about a $2,000 to $3,000 fix. But with us, you're not going to be spending more than $120. Worst case. Laura, oh my gosh, good to see you, Laura. I had my first paid event last Friday. I made them pay the cost up front since I got a 1-day notice. Always do that. That's a freaking great, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if your event is, if it's a last minute event, definitely make sure you get paid up front because usually people that are booking last minute, let's just be honest. I don't want to say irresponsible, but just poor at planning. So like if they just randomly like, oh, like we're getting all this stuff, just expect them to be a mess. Especially because if they're booking you last minute, I guarantee you there's other things that are last minute. So like do not think that they're gonna be like all your other customers, that when you show up, everything's gonna be ready. It's most likely gonna be chaotic. So yeah, definitely get paid everything up front for sure. Yeah, we have a rule too. Like if a customer wants to pay us in cash and they're last minute, we don't allow it. It's only for those that booked weeks in advance. That's a freaking, let me pin this one here. That's your first event and you already made the right move. Matt, I'm heading out to an event now. I will contact you tomorrow. Absolutely, Matt. Have a good one, Matt. W in the chat for Matt, you guys. I'm sure he left by now, but look at that. On the YouTube live, then heading to make some money with his booth. Are you saving this live? Yes, sir. I'm gonna make sure we save it. What's the name of your company for insurance? Yes, my bad. Peanut Brain, I I talked about something else. 2 companies I recommend. The one is the one I use. It's called Hiscox, Hiscox. The other one is Next Insurance. You have to call in. Don't do online, let me get a quote for my business, because the photo booth industry, whether you like it or not, is a small one. It's a very small industry. There's not a lot of us. So insurance companies don't really understand how to classify a photo booth business. And a lot of the times they're just gonna mark you down as a photographer, and it's different. So call, they may tell you, hey, yeah, we don't insure photo booths. You just have to call back, get a different person. Maybe you have to call back a 3rd time, but eventually you'll get to somebody that's willing to learn or is already familiar with it. If you do it online, I'm telling you, it's a no bueno. Josie, I had my first white labeling 2 weekends ago. Josie, W in the chat. Johnny Blues, awesome contracts. You guys, it's live on the website. 10 more minutes at $73. If you want the contracts, get them now. If you see this at a later time, please do not call me or text me and say contracts. You missed out. It's only when I'm live. I'm okay with telling somebody no if they're late to it, because I only want to hook you guys up that are watching the live. So if you're watching this at a later time, I apologize, but next time hit the notification bell and maybe we can do it while I'm live, which is about 3 times a week. Just had this thought, all day photo booth, say $400. Can you charge for upgrades? Yeah, you can, for sure. This is a really good live. I feel like there's a lot of info. Since we're talking about props, I think it's a good idea to have an affordable prop table. Meaning the things on the table should not be too expensive. Unless you are a luxury photo booth company charging upwards of $1,500 to $3,000 event, then yeah, right, who cares? Put a $30 prop there, right? But if you're like me, which most of you are, you're more competitively priced. Competitively priced is a good way to say affordable, cheap, right? Most of us are, let's just be honest. And that's okay, right? So like at minimum, you know, my prop table will have maybe $40 to $50 worth of props. It depends on which prop bucket we're taking. So if 2 props go missing, maybe I'm out maybe $10. You know, $5 tops is like what we cap it out. I do have some props on there that are $20, but these are bigger props and very, very hard to lose. So like, I'm not gonna lose any sleep if it's $5. I'm not. And if you guys feel the need to complain and send your customer an invoice over a $10 prop, charge more money. Because it's not worth, yes, I'm sure your customer can pay you, and even if you have it in your contracts, legally, they owe you, right? However, I'm not risking a customer's experience, possible bad review, and then also risking not having them tell the world about our business or getting me more bookings over $10. And that's my 2 cents there. Also too, tips. If you guys feel the need to have a tip jar in your photo booth, that's a sign you're not making enough money. I make enough money to where I'm okay with not having a jar out there. It's just big piece of advice here. Jen, what is that? Chen Joe, what's up, Chen? Miss Joy, I was saying I would charge for upgrades. Yes, yeah, you should charge. Good Times LA, do you do a customized overlay for the GIF, only for the photo booth template? Great question. Typically, we just do it for the template, which is the photo. And if a customer pays us extra money, which they usually do for the GIF, boomerang, and video, we then obviously charge them for that. But if they want an overlay for that, that is also extra. And most people don't. I think we've maybe had 3 people ever request an overlay. And you guys want a hack here? A little Luma Booth hack? Let me show you. Most of you guys make welcome screens. Most of you guys make welcome screens for your photo booth. But one thing I love, one thing that Hans kind of, not like taught me, I always knew you could do this, but like if you don't want to make a welcome screen, if you don't even know what a welcome screen is, just give me a second. I'm going to load up the iPad. And if you're wondering, if you're new here, we run photo booths based off iPads. This right here, To some people may just look like an iPad, but to me, it's the brain and everything for my photo booth. So we're using this iPad. We're using Luma Booth as a software. What's up? Are we starving? Nah.
So there was only. Oh shoot, you're on live.
There's only what? Oh, you're gonna wait?
Huh?
What was she gonna say?
No, I said there was only 2 tortillas, so I made you grilled cheese.
Oh, sweet. Clutch. Okay, so look, welcome screen, right? This is a welcome screen. And this is the thing that you're gonna usually also make with the template. So it's customized. They can walk up to this and say like, oh, okay, perfect. Press the experience to start booth. This can match a theme. Thanks, babe. Or you can put it on my desk if you don't mind.
It's gonna get
Thanks, babe.
cold.
I'm almost done here. So like a lot of people don't want to make this. And I get it. I don't either. So one thing you can do is you can go to welcome screen. And then you can go to, where is it at? You can turn camera preview on. So now, instead of having a welcome screen, watch, you will launch this. Should be gone. So now, the people, instead of seeing the welcome screen, you can even add text here. They can see themselves. And this is actually useful because a lot of people, before they press the photo button, they want to see how they look. So let me throw this in here. So if you're tired of making welcome screens, definitely do the camera preview. So let's turn this around. And I'll show you guys what I mean. It wouldn't be so like, yeah, most people, if you have a screen here, they're not gonna know what they look like, and sometimes they'll press the photo button. Oh my gosh, my hat doesn't look good. And then they adjust themselves, they get themselves ready, and then the first photo looks like this. You see what I'm saying? So for that reason, camera preview is clutch. However, I just feel like having an actual welcome screen is a lot more nice looking. It kind of, having artwork as the welcome screen to me just adds another layer of like above and beyondness for your customers. Like you're matching the theme a little bit more. But like if you're in a pinch, last minute booking, right? Last minute, let's just say it's the day before. I'd just go camera preview. Like, hey, if you want the red carpet experience, you know what I mean? Like you have to book ahead of time. All right, cool. Lisa, I use TouchPix, but I like to get familiar with Luma Booth because listening to our training videos, it seems easier than TouchPix. TouchPix is a better app. When I say better, I mean it has way more features. Like, new features, AI, you could do a lot more effects, but like these features to the average photo booth owner, I don't think they need them. So I think it's just a little bit too expensive if you just want a traditional photo booth. Photos, video, boomerang, GIF, templates, printing, SMS sending, email. I think Luma Booth has everything that you'll need for 99% of your events. So I think everyone should have an affordable software that they have. Even if you have another software, it's always good to have another one. But yeah, definitely Luma Booth, it's gonna be a lot easier. I played with TouchPix and I love how simple Luma Booth is. And Luma Booth will eventually get that AI stuff, I think. It's just slow, they're just slower to like release it. But yeah, Lisa, when you come here on Wednesday, if you want, we can open up the software, and if you want to see stuff, I can show you that. Dennis, greetings from Indiana, Drew. Nice to finally catch you live, and thanks for saving the lives to watch afterwards. Thanks to everything you are doing for the community. My pleasure, my friend. Hey man, how is it out there right now, Dennis? Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. I'm sure everyone's like super happy about that. One of my what is it called? Bucket list is to go to Indiana Pacers home game. I feel like that's like one of the teams I'd love to go see, especially right now with their team. Alan J Media, hello Drew. Hello Drew. What is a good was to get more reviews? I think you meant what's a good way to get more reviews. Client will leave a bad one with no hesitation. but seems like we got to pull teeth for a good one. Facts, facts, facts. And look, it's so true. You will always, when people have a bad experience, it's like they're driven to leave a review. But when people have great experiences, they're just happy. There's no initiative for them to go leave a review. Here, okay, man, this is the way the world works. You're literally giving me an alley-oop here. So we're talking about growing a successful business, and one way to help your success is with reviews on Google, not Yelp. We don't want reviews on Yelp. Google My Business. Here's a strategy. You can do one event, and this is a strategy where you can do one event and end up with 15 to 20 reviews. Digital photo booth, right? Most of us offer that. If you have a customer that does a digital photo booth experience, you can then, after the event, say, hey, thanks for booking us. Here's the link with all of your photos. Please leave a review with your favorite photo, and I will be more than happy to print that photo out and mail it to you. Do you think now they're gonna leave a review? Absolutely. And they're gonna leave a review with a photo. Even better for Google. Google loves pushing businesses that have reviews, but photo reviews, because Google understands that people see images, they're more inclined to come to do business there. And it's gonna also be more of a reputable review. Take it up a notch. You can say, do you mind if I reach out to everybody that put their email or phone number and offer this same deal to them? Think of how powerful that is. Will it cost a little bit of money? Yeah. How much does a stamp cost? I don't know. How much is an envelope? I don't know. It's cheap though, right? We just buy them in bulk. Probably an envelope, I don't know, 10 cents. A stamp, 40 cents. If you have a good photo booth printer, the print should cost you no more than 14 cents. We're talking under $1, if I'm correct. Worth it. The more reviews you have also it helps with trust. There's some people that will shop solely off of reviews. Even my wife and I are like this. If we're looking for a restaurant and we like even if people tell us good things, if we see 2 reviews, we're kind of like, I don't know. If we see over a couple hundred, we're like, okay, this place is gonna be good. So that's a little tip and trick from your Uncle Drew there. Let me get to the rest of these comments. I got to end the live. And if there's anyone in here that hasn't ordered their contracts that was going to, let me know, because literally in 2 minutes, that deal will be over. $73. It's a solid deal. Okay. Where do you purchase the iPads? Because Apple stores is expensive. Yeah. Amazon. The best iPad to get, I think, bang for your buck is the 2021 12.9 iPad Pro, because it has the 12 megapixel front camera, just the same megapixel camera as the new ones. And that iPad you can get on Amazon for about $550. It's going to be new, it's going to be reused, but it's still good. Amazon has the best return policy. Scott, where can I get the contracts? Okay, I'll show you guys one more time. You guys have about 5 minutes to do this because I got to end the live. I do have to eat lunch. My wife's here too, so we'll let me show you guys again. You're gonna go to photobooth101.com. Let me move this over here. Photobooth101.com, the best photo booth company ever. You're gonna scroll down. Well, you know you're at the right page when you see this. To resources. You click on resources. And sorry, I didn't fully click it. Boom, right here. $73. You guys have 5 minutes. I'm going to end the live right here. You can download them instantly. And I'm also hooking you guys up too. There's a lot of freebies here. You're also going to be getting, I think one person ordered. Let me see if you're still here. L Chambers. You're going to get the extra goodies as well. All right, Johnny Blue. I use Next for my DJ business. Love it, love it, love it. Any deals on PVC props? So funny you mentioned that. I was talking with Angeles. She's new here. She helps us out here at the store. We're gonna run a sale right now for the baby shower props. Really good deal. We have way too many of these props and I need to make room. Let me see what I have them at. So if you want to see the props too, I'll let you guys know. I'll show you guys. Baby shower. You can see them up top. Let's go here. So we have 5 double-sided props. Baby shower, team boy. It's a boy. And then if it's a girl, you have them here. Mom to be sign. Boom, made with love. There's 5. We have 5 different ones. And they're double-sided. So we sell these for, I'm going to let Angela's pick, $55. That's already the sale price. Hey, Angela's. Pick a number from 40 to 55. 41. 41. Okay. All right, perfect. So we're going to sell those bundles. It's on sale for 55. So the extra sale will be 41. Angela's picked 41, so that's the price we're going for. And I will leave this here just for today. No rush on this, but at the end of the day, if not tomorrow morning, it'll be back up. So $41 will get you 5 double-sided PVC baby shower props. Cool. Miss Mendez asked, and we delivered. That's the deal there. Yeah. Do you guys have all the items at your store to created the trading cards? No. No. So you're gonna need, if you're asking about the trading cards, I got one right here. You gotta buy these cases, and these are on Amazon. If you have a printer, that'll print the actual print. If you have your photo booth, that's what allows the print. Things that you will need, we do sell the printer, we do sell the media. You'll need to buy these cases here, and then some scissors or a cutting board, and then some glue if you're gonna glue them together, and then you can put these together here. Dennis, it's crazy right now. It's been 25 years since the last finals. That's Reggie, what's that guy's name? Reggie Miller, right? Reggie Miller. The hype and excitement is through the roof, but OKC is a really good team. It'll be a tough series. I mean, look, if you guys can win 2 at home for the Pacers, and then go back to OKC up 3-1, I think that would be like a lock for sure. I think they're a better team than you guys. I'm just being honest, but I don't think they're much better. Miss Mendez, you're welcome. DJ Kev, for those who know music, what's up, my friend? Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, like what I love, so I get a lot of people asking me like, hey, Drew, I want to start a photo booth business. Should my first photo booth be the 360 booth? I'm here to tell you guys no. Let me tell you why. This just goes around you. All this does is shoot a video. It's a one-trick pony. Like, look, if social media wasn't a thing, this would not exist. Who would want a 360 video? Where are you gonna post it? People want photo booth photos to post on social media and stuff too, but I get it, but like, one-trick pony. The photo booth, whether it's iPad or anything, you can do cool shit like this. Trading card, you can do video recording, you can do boomerangs, you can do GIF. There's so much you can do. You can use like green screen. It's like the possibilities are like, you have way more things. Glam, black and white photos, right? Photo booth is what I think everyone should base their business on. The 360 is a good add-on. I'm not saying you can't make money with the 360 booth. I know some of you guys here watching, listening to this, you're like, oh, I have a 360 booth. I'm booked all the time. Yes, but you can't tell me that there's more 360 booth requests than there are for photo booth. I would probably say for every one person wanting a 360 booth, you have about 50 to 60 people wanting a regular photo booth, if not more. I watched your videos and working on getting my first photo booth business and up and running. Let's go. W in the chat. Sandy, I wasted my money on a 360 because I can't get it in the car by myself and I'm a single mama.
N-O, no.
That's the reason why I mainly say no to 360. Like we sell a 360 booth, but like I always talk people out of it, but like I will give you all of the reasons why you shouldn't and all the reasons why you should. And for me, the 360 booth has way more
No.
then yes.
No.
Way more yet no's than yeses. Look, I'm a strong dude, 6'3". I'm not like muscular, but like there's muscle somewhere here, right? So I got a little bit of strength. I can't even move this thing by myself. So like, I need at least 2 people. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to run a business where I have to rely on somebody. I just don't want to do it. I love being able to be portable. Like, yes, I'm with my wife 10 out of 10 times, but like, no, 9 out of 10 times. But like, there are some times where maybe she's not feeling good, or maybe she has to do an event by myself, or I have to do it by myself. And then it becomes a problem. Then you have to rely on somebody. Then you have to have a truck or a van. And I'm a big believer in using what I already have and starting a business as affordable. I get a lot of people coming in here wanting to get this and that. And then I'm like, look, what car do you have? Oh, I have a little Civic. Well, just letting you know, this isn't going to fit in your car. And they're like, oh, okay, then I can't get it. And it's like, damn, we lost the sale, but more importantly, we gained someone's trust by giving them the truth. A 360 photo booth is a bitch to move around. Yeah, and I don't know about you guys, but like, do you really want to invest in a piece of equipment that's going to require you to buy a bigger vehicle? The van or a truck's going to cost more money than the actual thing itself. And yes, I know some people here are going to tell you, hey, there's a smaller platform that'll fit inside your car. Then it defeats the purpose. I want a big 360 booth that I can fit more people on. If I'm going to do it, I want to do it right. That's just my 2 cents. DJ Kevy saying, I'm starting with a few DSLR booths. Love it. Sandy put exactly. I wish the person I bought it from would have made me think of that. And that's the problem. And you want to know the truth? Like, my company, Photo Booth 101, we sell equipment. We have everything you guys will need. DSLR booth, iPad booth, 360 backdrops. I think the thing that separates my company is, well, one, I give free game. I don't charge anyone for these lives or for this information. You have a lot of companies saying, hey, once you buy it, we'll teach you. I'm doing it the wrong way. I'm giving you guys information, and if you like the information I've given you, then you feel like, okay, I'm gonna buy through this guy, perfect. But we don't operate our business based off of, let's just make money first, then that's the main goal. My main goal is that you have a great experience, that I give you the honest truth, and I make it as apparent as possible. Like, this is what you're gonna expect. People will come in here all the time, hey, I wanna buy 3 photo booths. I talk people out of it. Literally, I will say, don't. Get one, then work your way to get that thing booked all the time. Then when you start getting second requests for a second booth and you're booked, that's a good time to buy it. And with the 360 booth, a lot of people don't understand the effort that goes into it. Like, honestly, too, this is something that most people don't talk about. If you want to talk about getting burnt out, the 360 photo booth is the fastest way to do that. I'm talking about, you have success and you're doing 2 events a week with the 360 booth. You will be burnt out sooner than you would if you had a regular photo booth. You are a glorified babysitter for everybody that uses this thing. Sorry guys, one second. Hi, Photo Booth 101, this is Drew. Oh, Luma Booth, yeah. So are you on one of the videos now? So so there's no code per se, but it's the link. So by clicking that link, you will be able to sign up, and you have to be new user. They don't give discounts out to those people. They only give our audience credit for it because we're bringing new people. So you click the link, you create your account, you just put an email address, then your password. You can leave that box unchecked when you get there. It's going to ask if you're a DSLR member, owner. If you're not, just leave it unchecked. And then once you get to the payment section, you'll notice that's where you'll see the discount. It'll be $18 a month if you're getting it monthly. And then if you get it through the App Store, it's $20. So you're really just saving $2. But if you get it for the year, it'll drop it down to $195, which is what I would recommend, because That way you're locking in your rate, and wouldn't be surprised if Luma Booth raises their prices soon. They haven't told me this, but I wouldn't be surprised because everyone else has done it.
So if I go to one of the videos where you're talking about it, I'll just go to the comment?
No, description.
No description?
Yeah, do you want me to just text it to you instead?
Could you please?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just doing a side job, so I'm trying to like do.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, so if you get it for the year too, like just let me know. So I'm gonna send you the link, sign up and pay for it. And then once you get it, let me know, and then I'll send you a link to our group chat. Oh man, I'm actually recording a live. No one can hear you though. I have you on, you're not on speaker, but we have, to me, some of the best support for the software. So in our Luma Booth group chat, we have over 400 members, and it's on WhatsApp. You literally have a question, go to the chat, you ask it, within a minute or two, you'll have a response. Yeah, so if you,
We could do the year, but I'm gonna do monthly and I'll wait for this to 2 year.
well, the discount is only initial setup, remember? It's just for new users. Yeah.
Oh, for the year.
Yeah, for the year. But no problem. If you want to do it monthly, you can do it monthly. Yeah, it'll allow you to do that. But yeah, let me
Still be able to get in the group chat?
yeah, you can. I just always recommend people to do the year, but like if the budget is, if you're not like convinced yet or you just need more time, then yeah, you can do monthly. Yeah, of course. Not a problem. Yeah. Let me text it to this number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll send that to you right now. All right, you're welcome. Bye. Johnny Blue ordered the contracts. Love it, love it. Yeah, and I'll get to anyone that ordered those contracts. Actually, the time is up. I need to change that price. So yeah, the contract deal is now over. So let me change that here. $249. Perfect. Dennis is saying I made that mistake of buying one of them bundles for $10K from you know who before I found you on YouTube, but it was a mistake already made. Man, I mean, that's wild. 10,000. I just never understood it. I mean, look, I get it. So a lot of companies selling photo booth equipment, they can justify charging that price because it's true. This business is like, everything is advertised. You can make a lot of money in a small amount of time. So, if you're pushing a $10,000 photo booth and then your marketing says make $1,000 per event, in your mind, you're like, well, I only have to do 10 events and I have my money back. So like, I get it. But like the thing that most people don't tell you is like, you're not right off the bat going to be able to do that. Let's just be honest. Like, I don't think anyone's ever started a photo booth business and started charging $1,000 right away. And here's the crazy part. No offense to anyone that owns a mirror booth or a fancy, elegant photo booth. Most people do not care about the tools you are using for your setup. Your equipment isn't as important as you may think it is. Is it important? Yes. But most people just want to see the results. They want good customer service and they want a decent deal. Most people can care less about your equipment, just to remind you that. And again, with that in mind, the last thing we're talking about today, because this live was based around how to run a successful photo booth business, we're talking about content. So posting on social media. This is one of the most underrated things you can do for your business. And I'm talking about being consistent and having social media content with a purpose. Oh shoot, see, I almost forgot to send this lady her the code. And we'll get to that. I'm gonna give you guys more what I mean here. She needs Luma Booth discount link. She's probably like, what the heck? Okay. Hi, comma. Nice chatting with you, period. I just sent you the sign up link. Period. Just make sure when you create the account, you pay for the month to month right after. Please let me know when you signed up. I'll confirm and then send you the group chat link. All right, content. So the hustler, right? Anyone that's running a photo booth side hustle, they're not concerned about like social media really, because social media, organic social media stuff is a long-term move. Like, you're not going to just be able to create an Instagram and then in 1 to 2 months build up a following to where your following is the people that are booking you. It just doesn't happen, right? It's a long-term move. So anyone running a business will understand that, and your content needs to be purposeful. Meaning, before you post a piece of content, you need to ask yourself, how does this help my business? How does this post, what is it going to do? What is it going to do for us? And some people overthink it. Like, if it's entertaining, that's good enough to keep the people that follow you laughing, or maybe, oh, that was cool to see. But if you're posting things that somebody would look at and just kind of like nothing comes out of it, that's a bad post. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of people that are posting content kind of do it blindly, and they end up usually posting the same thing over and over. And I'm here to just help. But if you're the photo booth owner that will post a template on social media with no people in it, just the design,
No, 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 no!
stop doing that. No one cares. You're showing a design for a party no one's going to, that's seeing it, with no people in it. It is awful content. Awful content. Good content would have, maybe you show the template with people using it, and then you show also the party. The template they showed matched the theme of the party. If I'm somebody that's a follower and I'm watching that, that's helpful to me because I can imagine my own party with my theme, with my own template. But if it's just the template alone,
No, no, no. 1,000 times no!
can't do it. The most fire content you can make will have you in the content. You guys are your business owner. You're the person they should be seeing. Not every time, but it doesn't hurt. Videos, photos of you in the content, talking about you and how you're running your business is super helpful. So one of the rental companies we have, my wife and I, we are in a lot of the content, and I realized that us being in the content helps the followers that book us through there with trust. Hey, I've seen you guys. I trust you guys. Yeah, no problem. Let me book and let me send you this money without ever meeting you guys. If you're not in the content and all of your content just shows your photo booth with random people using it and templates, they have zero idea who they're doing business with. That's why I think having an about section on your website is important, and having a pinned post on your Instagram that just shows you next to your photo booth. It doesn't even need to be a video. Look, a photo like this. Or with some caption. Drew here. I have a big passion for bringing memories to parties. This is why we do business, and this is what you can expect when you work with me. It is super helpful. Another video that should be posted, everybody. Hey, Drew here. Today we are at the Ritz-Carlton in Pasadena, California. We have our photo booth set up here for a wedding. We're a few hours early, and I want to show you guys what you can expect when you hire us and you get the digital package. So step one, boom, you do the experience. Not only is this good content, but it is a video that you can send people when they're not quite sure what you're offering. So you can copy that video. Hey, someone is asking for a quote. Yeah, absolutely. Here's the price, but also here's some content links so you can understand fully what we offer and what separates us from other companies. You send that video, you give them the price, you send them some other videos, you send them some reviews to your Google page. You're giving people enough reason to book you. Bottom line is 95% of the leads you get, the first question they're gonna ask you, how much does it cost? If you're not the cheapest, you have a problem. Because if that's the first question, that's kind of what they're gonna base their evaluation if they wanna work with you. So saying, yeah, here's my price, but also let me send you some stuff so you can make a better decision. That's when we're sending them content. Videos of us showing the booth, showing template examples, showing our Google page with reviews. Like, you have to get into the habit of loading up, and content is like one of the things where it helps so much, for sure. Okay, let me get to those last questions. I really do have to leave. My food is definitely cold, but what booth do you recommend for Surface Pro? 0 booths. I don't recommend that at all. Also, depending on your market, there are a lot of folks who lowball their 360 price, which tanks the market and makes it not worth it. And I'm gonna tell you something here, Alan. The problem's not them, the problem is you. You can't be upset when you're seeing people undercharge their 360 booth in places where people are looking for good deals. Here's a solution. Get away. Stop marketing on those platforms. You can have a 360 booth and charge what you want to charge if you have the correct marketing strategy. If you're networking with venues, it doesn't matter what other people are charging because the venue promotes you straight to the client. They're not shopping around because they're dealing with the client. If you want better customers, market better. Better marketing, better customers. Sandy, that's what I spent on my first booth 13 years ago when no one had idea what I was doing. It was probably worth 3K, 10K. Gotcha. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I think that's everything. All right, guys, thank you for watching. I will save this live. Give me about 30 minutes for it to upload, and I'll see you guys soon. And for those that order those contracts, expect those freebies in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. I'm going to eat, and then I'll send that over. So thank you guys for watching. God bless. See you soon.